Hello everyone, welcome to biology class. Here we are with the chapter number 5, human body respiratory system. In this chapter we will be learning about one of the most important organ system, that is respiratory system. We will be understanding these following topics: what is respiration, the different phases of respiration, how the breathing pattern is there in the human beings. We will also see the various parts of the human respiratory system. Then we will have mechanism of breathing, various phases of respiration, and in the end we will discuss a few common respiratory diseases and the ways to prevent these respiratory diseases. So these are the topics to be discussed in the class. Let us begin with the first topic, respiration. What is respiration? The question is, what is respiration, or the definition of respiration? Respiration is the process of release of energy by breaking down of the glucose present in the digested food. The food, whatever food we are eating, what is the purpose of this? The purpose of eating the food is to get energy. Basically, we can say the food molecule is converting into energy. Food converts into energy. But how it is happening? It only is happening by the process of respiration. The process of converting or breaking down of the food molecule, that is glucose, into the form of energy. In the energy, we will say here, bracket part, you can see energy is present or produced in the body in the form of ATP molecules. What are these ATP molecules? ATP molecules are energy molecules only. Let us continue the reading. This is the definition is final. It should be clear now. It is a process of respiration is what? It is a process of release of energy ATP by breaking down of glucose present in the digested food of the living body. This is the definition. Please mark it in your book, and you have to remember this definition for your exam purpose as well. So all the organisms, all the living things, including the human beings, we are getting oxygen gas. You may be wondering how the food converts into energy. Simply, it is not happening. Food is combining with oxygen. Whatever living thing is there, it is in need of oxygen only, that is coming from the air. So whenever this glucose, that is whatever food we have eaten, it get digested and converted into glucose. It is present in our body. The glucose present in this digested food only, it will combine with oxygen. Whenever this glucose combines with oxygen, that time what will happen? The same glucose molecule will completely break down. On breaking down of the glucose, what will happen? A large amount of energy is produced. Again we repeat. Firstly, what has happened here? The glucose combines with oxygen. Secondly, it completely breaks down. And third thing is, on breaking down of glucose, amount of energy, that is a large amount of energy is produced. After that, it is still not over. Something more is there. When this energy is released, there is liberation of carbon dioxide. This is the fourth point. There is production of carbon dioxide, and one more thing is there, that is amount of water vapor. Some water vapor also is released. Again, we will repeat this part here. When the glucose, that is in the digested food, it combines with oxygen, it will break down. There will be breakdown of what? Glucose breaks down. When the glucose breaks down, that time what will happen? Energy is released, and when energy is released, that time there is liberation of carbon dioxide. So these are all the things that are happening in respiration. So basically we can say oxygen is required. Here is the equation that is given. You have to also remember this. And in the definition of respiration, you will write this also. Glucose plus oxygen. Glucose means what? It is the food molecule only. So basically you can say food combines with oxygen to produce CO2 plus water plus energy. Primary reaction क्या हो रहा है? That is glucose is converting into energy. But glucose will convert into energy only and only when oxygen is properly available. If more oxygen is there or proper oxygen is there, then only proper energy will be there. Sometimes what will happen? There will be shortage of oxygen, or we can say there may be absence, or बिल्कुल भी oxygen नहीं हो सकता है. So let us read this line. In the absence of oxygen, what will happen? In that case, there will be incomplete breakdown. Glucose or food molecule will not completely break down, and hence less amount of energy will be produced. Whenever absence or shortage of oxygen is there, less energy is produced. So that you have to take care, oxygen should be proper. and this energy, whatever energy is produced, it is in the form of what? In the form of ATP. Remember this full form also. What is the full form of ATP? It can be asked in 1 mark question in the exam. Adenosine triphosphate. ATP is adenosine triphosphate. It is the energy molecule. So this particular process of converting food into energy, it is a chemical reaction. Also we can say it is a chemical change or a chemical process. So this is all what we have seen, respiration. Some more details you will be learning in higher classes, because a long chain of reaction is there. Many more enzymes will be used in the same reaction. This is there, but it is a very detailed topic you will study in the higher classes, in the bigger classes. Now we will see the phases of respiration. In the case of the respiration, there are two stages. One is called as breathing, second one is called as cellular respiration. One by one we will see both of them. First we will see the breathing or the external respiration. ये क्या होता है? This is a physical process only. In this we are inhaling air rich in oxygen and we are exhaling air rich in CO2. जब हम breathe in करते हैं, जब हम सांस लेते हैं, तो ऑक्सीजन हमारी बॉडी में एंटर हो जाती है. दैट इज इनहेलिंग एयर. एंड व्हेन वी आर ब्रीथिंग आउटसाइड, जब हम एयर रिलीज होती है हमारी बॉडी से फ्रॉम द रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम, दैट इज CO2 गैस. सो ऑक्सीजन इज मूविंग इन आवर बॉडी, CO2 इज कमिंग आउट ऑफ द बॉडी. दिस इज अ फिजिकल प्रोसेस. कोई केमिकल रिएक्शन यहाँ नहीं हो रहा है. इट्स अ फिजिकल प्रोसेस एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड एज एक्सटर्नल रेस्पिरेशन. ऑल्सो वी कैन से ब्रीथिंग. Second part of this phase of the respiration, second phase, not second part, second phase is called as cellular respiration. In this case what will happen, जितना भी ऑक्सीजन हमने ब्रीथ इन करा है, जो ऑक्सीजन हमारी बॉडी में एंटर हुई है, इन दिस केस इन सेलुलर रेस्पिरेशन दैट ग्लूकोज विल गेट ऑक्सीडाइज. मीन्स ग्लूकोज यानी कि फूड प्रेजेंट इन अवर बॉडी, ऑक्सीजन O2 ये हमने ब्रीथ इन करा है बाय ब्रीथिंग. बोथ ऑफ दीज विल कंबाइन टुगेदर एंड देन energy will produce there. What will produce there is energy will produce, and along with this CO2 also is there, water vapor also is there, but that we will not write for now. तो ग्लूकोज अभी क्या कर रहा है? एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट हो रहा है. ग्लूकोज इज कन्वर्टिंग इनटू एनर्जी फॉर्म, एंड इन दिस केस ओनली इट इज कॉल्ड एज बायोकेमिकल प्रोसेस. यस, again I repeat, cellular or internal respiration is what? It is a biochemical process, because of what? Because energy is produced and other changes are also happening. That is CO2 is produced, water is produced as the byproduct. Byproduct means extra products that are being produced sidewise also. So this is a biochemical process. First one, breathing, was a physical process. Two phases are there. Breathing, that is a physical process, and the second one, that is cellular respiration, that is a biochemical process. So I hope these points are clear to you. Let us continue our reading now. On the basis of the mode of respiration only, the process of external respiration of breathing is different in different organisms. However, the cellular respiration is similar. It depends on the pattern of respiration. Breathing patterns may be different, but the cellular pattern is same even in the plants and animal also. Cellular respiration, the converting of food into energy, this particular reaction is always same in all the cases. All the cases, oxygen is moving inside, CO2 is being produced in all the animals. All animals take in oxygen and they release CO2 and water, and other energy also is being released. All this process is same in all the animals. So let us have one enrichment point. Single cell animal. Some animals or some organisms are single celled. They are called as unicellular. In the chapter of cell you have studied unicellular, multicellular. Human beings are multicellular. Our body is having millions and trillions of cells. But some animals or some organisms are having single cell only, like amoeba is an example. So because only one cell is there, so that is why what will happen? They will have relatively small oxygen requirement, and all the oxygen will move into the body by diffusion. They do not have any special organs, special respiratory organs like lungs or anything else. They are just a simple single cell, and from their cell membrane, from the outer body, directly oxygen can enter in their body, and they can directly give out CO2 in the same manner only. So they need less energy. That is why, because that is the reason, because of the small size of their body. So that is all about the respiration and phases of respiration. Now we will deal with the next topic, that is breathing in details. So in breathing, what is happening is organism is taking in oxygen, that is called as inhaling, and the same person is releasing or exhaling carbon dioxide, and this is just taking place outside the cell. No energy is produced, does not liberate energy. This is a physical process. Again I repeat, just now we have seen that also. So it is a totally physical process. For example, they have given amoeba, single cell or organism. It will exchange oxygen and CO2 directly with the environment through the cell membrane. So this is only breathing is being done. Breathing example: oxygen enters the body, CO2 moves out of the body. In any organism, even in our own body, it is a simple process of simple physical process called as breathing. Now let us see this table 5.1 highlighting or showing the differences between the respiration and breathing. Firstly, we will see the point number 1. Respiration is a biochemical process, breathing is a physical process, because in respiration chemical reaction is happening. That is why it is a biochemical process. Next, point number 2, we'll see it occurs in every living cell of the body, but in the respiration, in the breathing you see on right side, it involves mainly the lungs of the body. It is not happening in every cell. Breathing happens in the lungs only. Oxygen moves directly into the lungs, nowhere else. But the respiration, it is happening in each and every cell of the body. Every cell of the body needs energy. That is why respiration will happen every living cell. In the every living cell it will happen. Point 3 will come now. It involves breakdown of glucose into CO2, water and energy. Breakdown of glucose is happening, means a chemical reaction is happening. On the right hand side you read, it involves exchange only exchange is happening, no chemical reaction. Exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide only is happening through the body organs. So one side breakdown of glucose means some chemical process is going on the other side only exchange is happening, exchange of gases is happening. That is a physical process only is happening in the other side. So this is how we can differentiate both of these. In the fourth point now, it liberates energy. Respiration, because a chemical reaction has been performed, energy will produce. On the other side, it does not liberate energy, no energy is produced in the breathing. Point 5, it takes place inside the cell, it takes place outside the cell. Obviously cellular respiration is inside the cell and breathing is outside the cell. So that is all we have covered the table 5.1. We have now moved on to the next part, that is human respiratory system. We will now deal with the human respiratory system, the various parts or the organs present in our body which are helping in the respiratory system or which are a part of the respiratory system. Let us start the reading now. Human beings have a well developed respiratory system that comprises of what? 1. Nose. Second is nasal cavity. Third, pharynx. 4, larynx. 5, trachea. 6, bronchi, and 7 is alveoli. These are the various parts of the human respiratory system. The main organ is still left, that is not covered. In human respiratory system, the lungs are the main respiratory organ. So now total 8 organs are there: nose, nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, alveoli and lungs. All these are the respiratory organs, but the main ones are what? Lungs are the main respiratory organ. Underline this can be a question. Main respiratory organ, only and only you'll write lungs are the main respiratory organ, where only the exchange of these gases will take place. Which gases are exchanged? Oxygen and CO2 is exchanged. Let us see now one by one each of the part present in the human respiratory system. First one is nose and the nasal cavity. Air enters the body through the nose, obviously, and the nose externally, you can see on your face, it has 2 nostrils, left and right, both sides. The inner wall of the nasal cavity or inside the nose, it is lined up with hair and mucus. Why the hair are present there in the nasal cavity? The reason you will see here, the hairs will trap the dust particle, because when we are breathing the air is polluted also. Air may have dust, air may have different harmful substances also. So dust will generally, not other gases, the dust particles, the bigger particles, they will be trapped, and also sometimes germs also will be trapped there only in the nasal cavity because of these hairs. Hairs will act as a filter. They will not allow the dust particle to enter our respiratory system. In the inhaled air, if any dust or germs are there, they will remove. Also in the nasal cavity where the hairs are present, mucus is also there. Mucus क्या होता है? Mucus is a moist or sticky substance. So whenever any dust or anything is entering in our nose through our breathing only, then what will happen? this membrane of the mucus will make the dust particles stick there. That I'll read this line here. The mucus makes the air passage moist and sticky, and the membrane of the inner lining of the nose has cilia. Cilia are there. Now, what they will do? They are just collecting the dust particles. The dust particles falling on the sticky surface are swept out by the cilia towards the throat, where they are either swallowed or coughed up to remove large foreign particles from the lungs. So this cilia will do what? They will collect all the dust particles and send it to what? To the throat. And from there, when we are coughing, they are directly moving out of the body, or they can be swallowed and moved to the digestive system, and from there by the egestion from the large intestine they will move out of the body. So that is how the first part we have covered, nose and the nasal cavity. And the second or the next point we will continue now, that is pharynx. After the nasal cavity is the pharynx. Nasal cavity leads into a short tube like structure that is called as pharynx. You will see the diagram also now. Here it is the nasal cavity we have seen. This is the nasal cavity behind the nose. This is an empty space. Here all this mucus and all are present. फिर इसके आगे air आगे move करती है, कहाँ पहुँचती है? Into this tube like structure that is called as pharynx. So this small tube like structure is called as pharynx. Let us come to the reading, and then as per the need we'll come to the diagram again and again. So let us read here. Nasal cavity is what? It is a short tube-like structure, and it is situated where? Behind the nose and the mouth. It leads into another tube-like structure which is called as trachea or the windpipe, and another one is a food tube called as the esophagus. So if after the pharynx, two pipes are there. One is windpipe, another one is food pipe. Windpipe is called as trachea, food pipe or food tube is called as esophagus. Trachea and esophagus are the two pipes connected to the connected or present situated below the pharynx only. The lower end of the lower portion of the pharynx leads to the larynx or the voice box. Larynx is what? Larynx is the voice box. Let us now come to the reading of larynx. It is also called as voice box. It is present in trachea. pharynx के नीचे जो ट्यूब होती है ट्रेकिया, उसके अंदर larynx present होता है. So this trachea is having this larynx. It is a short larynx is what? It is at a short distance from the throat only, and because of this voice box only we are able to talk, we are able to produce sound. So it contains folds of muscular tissues called vocal cords, and that vibrates with the passage of air. तो हमारे जो throat region होता है, थ्रोट रीजन के अंदर लैरिंग्स प्रेजेंट है, वॉइस बॉक्स इज प्रेजेंट, एंड व्हेन वी आर ट्राइंग टू स्पीक, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग एक्चुअली? एयर इज मूविंग देयर. When we are trying to speak, air moves through the वॉइस बॉक्स, और जैसे ही एयर वॉइस बॉक्स के थ्रू मूव करती है, वॉइस बॉक्स के अंदर मस्कुलर टिश्यूज़ होते हैं जिसको वोकल कॉर्ड बोलते हैं. ये वोकल कॉर्ड वाइब्रेट होने लगती हैं एयर के मूवमेंट की वजह से, एंड व्हेन दे आर वाइब्रेटिंग साउंड इज प्रोड्यूस्ड एंड वी कैन हियर अवर साउंड. सो दैट इज हाउ साउंड इज प्रोड्यूस्ड इन द बॉडी इन द वॉइस बॉक्स. द लैरिंग्स लीड्स टू द ट्रेकिया. द लास्ट लाइन इज लैरिंग्स के आगे क्या होता है? ट्रेकिया होता है. लेट अस कम टू द ट्रेकिया नाउ. ट्रेकिया इज कॉल्ड एज द विंड पाइप. Windpipe is what? Trachea. It is a long muscular tube made up of muscles only, muscular tube extending from the larynx in the neck to the bronchi in the thoracic cavity. Let us now observe the diagram for more clarity. तो हम pharynx तक पहुंच गए थे. pharynx के आगे क्या होता है? This is the larynx, second part. This is all the larynx. This is called as the voice box. वॉइस बॉक्स के आगे क्या होता है? वॉइस बॉक्स के आगे होता है ट्रेकिया. दिस वन इज द ट्रेकिया प्रेजेंट हेयर. ये कहाँ से कहाँ तक जा रहा है? फ्रॉम द नेक रीजन इट इज गोइंग टू द ब्रोंकाई. ब्रोंकाई कहाँ पर रहेंगे? ब्रोंकाई यू कैन सी हेयर, यहाँ पे. ये लेफ्ट और राइट into the left and the right lungs, both of these are connected to the bronchi only. So trachea is the connecting link now between larynx and the bronchi. So let us come to the reading now. Here it is trachea. So now here the front opening of the trachea is called as glottis and is guarded by a muscular flap called as epiglottis. ट्रेकिया के ऊपर एक ओपनिंग होती है जिसका नाम होता है ग्लॉटिस. ग्लॉटिस को कवर करने के लिए कवरिंग होती है, मसल होती है, उसका नाम होता है एपीग्लॉटिस. सो जब हम फूड खाते हैं, व्हेन यू आर स्वेलोइंग द फूड, तो फूड हमारे रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम में नहीं जाना चाहिए. यू वुड हैव हर्ड इट इज जनरली सेड नॉट टू टॉक मोर, और यू शुड नॉट टॉक ड्यूरिंग ईटिंग द फूड. ऐसा क्यों बोलते हैं? वी आर ईटिंग दैट फूड कैन एंटर द फूड द विंड पाइप ऑल्सो. अगर हम प्रॉपरली फूड नहीं स्वेलो कर रहे हैं, इट कैन एंटर द विंड पाइप ऑल्सो, इट कैन कॉज the person to die also in case it gets stuck there. So generally epiglottis होता है, ये क्या करता है, जब हम swallow करते हैं फूड तो epiglottis जो मसल होती है वो विंड पाइप को कवर कर लेती है normally when you are eating quietly, but when you are talking this epiglottis cannot work efficiently, and that time sometimes the food or the water what you are eating or drinking, it enters the wind pipe, and then you may have severe problems to remove that food stuck in the windpipe. You will have to cough very harshly, coughing, very strong coughing is there. So that is epiglottis will do what? I will just read here. Epiglottis the trachea at the time of swallowing of the food. The wall of the trachea. Now what it is made up of? It is made up of C-shaped cartilaginous ring. Cartilage के rings होते हैं and they will prevent the trachea from collapsing. ये bone के नहीं बने होते हैं, muscles के नहीं बने होते हैं. That is made up of cartilage. So cartilage क्या होती है? They will, that is just fibrous tissue होता है और flexible होता है and it will allow trachea to be more stronger. तो trachea easily collapse नहीं होती है. Collapse means it does not break down easily. So that is all. In the trachea also cilia are present. जैसे nose के अंदर nasal cavity में cilia होता है जो dust को collect करते हैं. Here also in the trachea also cilia is there. Here again same function is there. They will move the dust particles away from the lungs. लंग्स के अंदर डस्ट पार्टिकल्स नहीं जाने चाहिए बिकॉज इफ डस्ट एंटर्स देयर मोर देन वी कैन नॉट हैव प्रॉपर रेस्पिरेशन ऑल्सो. So that is all about trachea. Now we'll go to the bronchi and bronchioles. So trachea runs in the middle of the chest up to the short distance between two lungs where it divides into two bronchi. Trachea के आगे दो bronchi होते हैं. Just now we have seen in diagram also, left and right side. The left bronchus and the right bronchus. After passing through the trachea, the air enters each bronchus and finally enters the lungs. In lungs, the air is pulled into the fine branches and eventually enters the microscopic branches called as bronchioles. तो trachea के आगे दो ब्रांच होते हैं, लेफ्ट ब्रोंकस, राइट ब्रोंकस. राइट ब्रोंकस और लेफ्ट ब्रोंकस दोनों ही लंग्स के अंदर आगे चलते हैं और आगे जाते जाते क्या होते हैं, वो ब्रांचेस और ज़्यादा होती जाती हैं. मोर एंड मोर ब्रांचेस विल बी देयर एंड फाइनली माइक्रोस्कोपिक, बहुत ज़्यादा स्मॉल माइक्रोस्कोपिक ब्रांचेस हो जाती हैं विच आर कॉल्ड एज ब्रोंकियोल्स. Let us continue the reading. The bronchioles are slightly thicker than the bronchi and the cilia lining in the bronchi also help to remove. यहाँ पे भी cilia present होते हैं. वही चीज़ हो रही है, डस्ट पार्टिकल्स को कलेक्ट करना है, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा डस्ट को रोकना है लंग्स के सेल्स के अंदर एंटर होने से पहले. What are the cells present in the lungs? That we will see in the upcoming topic only. सो अगेन कम टू द डायग्राम. कहाँ से स्टार्ट हुआ था? नोज से स्टार्ट हुए थे, एयर एंटर हुई थ्रू द नोज. आफ्टर दैट दिस इज द नेसल कैविटी. नेसल कैविटी होती है, उसके अंदर म्यूकस होता है और हेयर्स होते हैं टू कलेक्ट द डस्ट एंड द जर्म्स. आफ्टर दैट फेरिंग्स इज देयर, ए ट्यूब लाइक स्ट्रक्चर. आफ्टर दिस ट्यूब सेकंड ट्यूब इज देयर, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज लैरिंग्स. दिस इज अनदर वन, लैरिंग्स इज देयर. लैरिंग्स के आगे थर्ड पाइप होता है, दैट इज ट्रेकिया. ट्रेकिया इज देयर. दिस इज मेड अप ऑफ व्हाट? इट इज मेड अप ऑफ कार्टिलेज एंड इट इज नॉट इजिली कोलेप्सिंग. फिर इसके आगे चलते हैं तो क्या आता है? आफ्टर दिस इज द ब्रोंकाई. टू ब्रांचेस आर देयर, दे विल एंटर इनटू द लेफ्ट एंड द राइट साइड. आफ्टर द ब्रोंकियोल्स द नेक्स्ट थिंग, आफ्टर द ब्रोंकस यू कैन सी नाउ मेनी ब्रांचेस आर देयर. दोनों ही लंग्स के अंदर बहुत सारी ब्रांचेस बन जाती हैं और इसमें एयर आगे डिवाइड होते होते आगे मूव करती रहती है. दीज आर कॉल्ड एज व्हाट? दे आर कॉल्ड एज ब्रोंकियोल्स. सो दिस इज ऑल टिल हियर वी हैव कवर्ड. नाउ द लास्ट पार्ट इज रिमेनिंग, दैट इज एल्वियोलाई एंड द डायफ्रेम. दे आर प्रेजेंट इन द फाइनल पार्ट. पहले हम एल्वियोलाई डिस्कस करते हैं. एल्वियोलाई आर द एयर सेल्स ओनली. द मेन सेल्स ऑफ द lungs are called as alveoli. Let us come to the reading of the lungs now. The main organ of the respiratory system. The lungs are what? They are a pair of spongy elastic organs. Yes, they are spongy organs and elastic means they can expand and contract easily. They are present in the thoracic cavity. Thoracic मतलब chest area only and protected by the rib cage. इसके चारों तरफ bones होती हैं called as ribs and the structure is called as the rib cage. And it rests on a muscular sheet. Lungs के नीचे muscular sheet होती है, that is called as the diaphragm. You can see in this diagram also. Below the lungs this muscle is there. ऐसे U shaped में होती है and it is called as diaphragm. So when you are breathing up, breathing in and out, your chest is expanding and contracting. तो उस टाइम लंग्स के नीचे क्या होती है? मसल होती है डायफ्रेम. इट इज़ ऑल्सो चेंजिंग इट्स शेप. इट इज़ डूम शेप्ड. यू कैन सी इट ना, इट इज़ डूम शेप्ड, कर्व्ड होती है ये मसल एंड इट इज़ प्रेजेंट बिलो द लंग्स एट द लोअर पार्ट ऑफ द लंग्स. इट इज़ द diaphragm. Let us continue the reading now. The lungs are protected by two membranes. The respiratory system, main organ lungs, they are having two organs. पहली layer होती है outer layer, that is called as outer pleura, and the inner one is called as the inner pleura. Outer pleura and the inner pleura are the two membranes. इन दोनों membrane के बीच में empty space होता है. The space between these two membrane is having one liquid called as fluid, that is a pleural fluid. तो pleural membranes होती हैं outer and inner membrane, outer pleura, inner pleura, and in between them there is a fluid called as pleural fluid. What this fluid will do? This will keep the surface of the lungs moist, dry होने से बचाता है, for easy diffusion, यानी कि easy exchange of the gas हो सके. जो ऑक्सीजन और CO2 आ रहा है उसको easily exchange होने के लिए ये help करती है moist skin, not skin, moist layer. So that is all. We'll continue now. The pleural fluid also provides lubrication for expanding and contracting the lungs, because chest has to expand and contract again and again when we are breathing in and out. That is regularly to be done. So this pleural fluid, this liquid that is present in between the outer pleura and the inner pleura, it will help in lubrication, and lungs are also protected from any damage. Let us continue now. Both the lungs occupy maximum space of the thoracic cavity. They are located close to the thoracic wall, and the lower part rests on the diaphragm that we have already covered. The left lung is slightly smaller. Yeah, this line you can remember always. Left side का जो lung होता है वो smaller होता है, slightly smaller होता है, and has two lobes. उसके दो lobes होते हैं, यानी कि उसको हम दो parts में divide कर सकते हैं. Whereas the right one थोड़ा बड़ा होता है. Right lung is slightly bigger and it is having three lobes. It can be divided into three main lobes or three main parts. So that is all how it is done. So inside the lungs what is happening, we'll read in this enrichment box, that is exchange of gases. It is taking place in the alveoli present inside the lungs only. They are the air cells. Air cells, or also called as air sac. Air sac क्या होता है? That is an alveoli only. Air sac is alveoli. So let us see how it is working. तो alveoli क्या होते हैं? They are having a thin moist wall through which the gas will pass easily. And alveoli के चारों तरफ क्या होता है? Alveoli are surrounded by blood capillaries which is having oxygenated blood. Oxygen containing blood होता है. Oxygen air जो होती है लंग्स में एंटर होती है, तो ऑक्सीजन जब एल्वियोलाई में पहुंचती है इट विल डिफ्यूज इनटू द ब्लड सेल. लंग्स के सेल में से ब्लड सेल में ये ऑक्सीजन ट्रांसफर हो जाती है. डिफ्यूज मतलब ट्रांसफर हो जाती है. एंड फ्रॉम देयर ब्लड में जब ऑक्सीजन पहुंच गई इट इज़ कैरिड टू द डिफरेंट पार्ट ऑफ द बॉडी. जिस टाइम पे ऑक्सीजन लंग्स के सेल यानी कि एल्वियोलाई से ऑक्सीजन कहाँ से कहाँ गई है? फ्रॉम द एल्वियोलाई इट इज़ गोइंग इनटू द RBC, रेड ब्लड सेल. रेड ब्लड सेल कहाँ होते हैं? ब्लड में होते हैं. तो ऑक्सीजन मूव्स फ्रॉम एल्वियोलाई टू RBC. क्या हुआ है? ऑक्सीजन गई है. जिस टाइम ऑक्सीजन एल्वियोलाई से RBC में जाती है उसी टाइम एक और चीज़ होती है, दैट RBC में से कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड वापस आ जाती है एल्वियोलाई में. दिस इज एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैस. एल्वियोलाई ने RBC को दिया ऑक्सीजन, RBC ने एल्वियोलाई को दिया कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. तो एल्वियोलाई हमारे लंग्स में प्रेजेंट है. तो लंग्स में से ऑक्सीजन ब्लड में जाती है, ब्लड में से कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड वापस लंग्स के अंदर आ जाती है. सो लेट अस रीड हियर. एट द सेम टाइम कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड फ्रॉम द ब्लड. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड कहाँ से आता है? फ्रॉम द ब्लड सेल मूव्स और डिफ्यूजेस इनटू द एल्वियोलाई. और फिर एल्वियोलाई से आगे क्या होता है? फ्रॉम द एल्वियोलाई कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मूव्स अपवर्ड्स थ्रू द ब्रोंकियोल, ब्रोंकाई, ट्रैकिया, लैरिंग्स, एयर. जैसे ऑक्सीजन नीचे की तरफ जा रही थी ऐसे ही CO2 वापस ऊपर की तरफ आती है और हमारी नोज में आके, नॉस्ट्रल्स में आकर के बाहर रिलीज हो जाती है व्हेन वी आर ब्रीथिंग आउटसाइड. सो दिस इज हाउ एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेस इज हैपनिंग इन द human body. So here one model is there that you can just read through. This is nothing important, just only for reading. I hope you can do that. So these are all about the alveoli. You can see here. This is the diagram of the alveoli. They are called as alveolar sacs. They are having a group of alveoli. Many alveoli are there. You can see this. ये एक alveoli है. ऐसे ही बहुत सारे alveoli circular structures होते हैं. Circular नहीं, spherical ball like structures होते हैं. They are all connected together. इनके ऊपर ये wire like क्या हैं? These are the blood vessels. These are the blood vessels. So this is how it is happening. Oxygen and CO2 gas are exchanged here in the alveoli only. The red color जो हमें reddish color दिख रहा है उसमें उस जगह पे हम समझेंगे यहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन प्रेजेंट है. In this blood oxygen is there. जहाँ पे डार्क दिख रहा है this is means this blood is deoxygenated. means deoxygenate मतलब होता है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज देयर. ऑक्सीजन नहीं है मतलब deoxygenated. ऑक्सीजन है तो बोलते हैं oxygenated. So this is how we have covered the human respiratory system. That is all. We will take a halt for now in this part of the video. In the upcoming part, we will be discussing the remaining topics, that is mechanism of breathing, process of phases of breathing, and the respiratory diseases present in the human beings and how we can prevent that. So that is all for this video right now. We will end the video. We will be meeting in the next video very soon. Thank you for now.